Consulting.com and tell them Yorba sent you.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show right now with Ronnie Adams, President and CEO of Medical Alarm Concepts Holding. MDHI is the symbol on this company. Ronnie, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Michael, thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. You've got a great history behind you in taking concepts and moving them forward into profitable ventures. Let me back up just a little bit and give you a chance to tell the audience some of the success stories you've had to your name, and then let's get into what you're doing with Medical Alarm Concepts.
Okay, well, Medical Alarm Concepts right now is we have a product called the MediPendant, which is a personal emergency alarm that's used to summon help in the event of an emergency at home. And while it's primarily a device for older people, there also is a market for those who are physically disabled as well as persons living alone. The MediPendant has significant feature and function advantages over other personal medical alarms in the marketplace, such as the ability to speak and listen directly through the pendant, patented voice prompts to let the user know that the call went through, water resistance, and much more.
Well, Ronnie, what I was trying to get from you first is because, look, you have been the recipient of a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award in '96, sponsored by the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and Ernst & Young. I mean, you've got some leadership skills here that you bring to the table on this company. What caused you to get from working where you were as a CFO and a director of these other companies into taking on Medical Alarm Concepts? It must have had something that really, really brought you into it.
Well, it's interesting. I actually wasn't planning on speaking about that, but what happened was I was at a show and we saw a device that I looked at it and I said, you know what? I bet you we can make this into a monitored product for elderly people. And when somebody pushes the button, you can speak right through this device to a monitoring center, and they can decide whether we can disperse help, dispatch help, or to call a loved one. And it took a couple of years to actually develop the product and to come out with the prototype and beta testing. When we first came out with the product, we had some issues. The battery life wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, and we had to send all the pieces back to the factory, and it delayed us probably for about a year until we figured out what the problem was. At that point in time, we had lost all the customer base that we had picked up, and we had to start back again. Eventually, we brought it out, instead of going through dealers, we brought it out directly to the users. And one of the biggest spots that we stopped at was Costco, where it is now handled. And that's really made a huge difference in the company and the credibility of the product.
No, I'll say. No, sorry. Now let's get back into the company because you've taken a concept, you had to redesign it and fix a few of the things. You lost your entire customer base, and then you found a way to go out to the market and get these customers coming back to you. Let's drill down into the actual, because you said you push a button, you talk through it, and people can make a decision of who they need to talk to versus just a general help, send, I can't get up, right?
That's correct. Well, let me talk about the products now that we are selling and manufacturing actually and selling at the company. And the first product I was talking about was the MediPendant, which is a device used to summon people or help in the event of an emergency. It's the type of product that's used inside a house and around the house. And so it's got a 600-foot range, and it works off the telephone system in the house. It has significant advantages over other alarms in the marketplace because you have the ability to speak and listen directly through the pendant. When you push the button, it has voice prompts, so it lets you know that the call went through. If the battery is low, if there's any sort of issue, we can even patch in a loved one to speak to you, to calm things down. while help is on the way.
That's breakthrough, isn't it?
That definitely is, and it was a huge step forward for the company. Now, recently, we've announced the launch of a new advanced medical alarm device called the iHeart. That's a revolutionary mobile medical alert system. It's designed to be used at home, but also away from home. It's easy to use, it's lightweight yet durable, and has significant advanced features not available on other mobile medical devices.
So does it work like in conjunction with your cell phone, or does it have its own signal to connect
It
to?
is its own unit.
Okay.
It works with a separate SIM card that we provide for the unit. We've invested time, manpower, and money into the development and launch of this product. In September of the past year, we signed an agreement for a $300,000 line of credit, which enabled us to launch the iHeart and to build the infrastructure, which has also enabled us to buy and track airtime that we use on these SIM cards from AT&T and T-Mobile for the cellular operation of this unit. It's almost like owning a phone company. The iHeart features and functions include an advanced GPS system, the ability to remotely locate a loved one, patented voice prompts, just like the MediPendant, and a dealer portal that enables dealers to manage their own iHeart customer base. So a significant amount of time was spent on the back-end systems, including this dealer portal. iHeart dealers have significant benefits. Most importantly, the ease in ordering product, activating and deactivating customers, tracking customer usage, creating and printing reports to assist in billing and collecting revenues. And it's a whole turnkey program that offers dealers the opportunity to provide their customers with the latest products without having to change their back end. Wow. We've already had a tremendous amount of interest in the iHeart. We've launched it. We're selling it to dealers, and we anticipate that it will help increase revenues substantially. And we're talking between 2 and 3 times existing revenues, and enable it to show continued growth both in the revenues, gross margins, and cash flow.
Let's talk about that. Let's drill down into that, because I want to know more about the growth potential here in this market and the size of the market and where you guys are in that.
Well, we're just a small player in this whole industry, but what we are trying to do now is jumpstart the business and get from where we are to the future of this product. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, but we feel real comfortable that the iHeart is going to help us at least get a nice portion of the mobile medical alert business right now, and we'll refer to it more as a GPS type of unit. So one of the real interesting features that it has is, let's just say little Johnny wants to know where Grandma is. He called her, can't find her, he's worried about her. He can actually text on his smartphone some codes, and he can actually get the exact street location where Grandma is. Grandma doesn't even have to know that Johnny's looking for her. So this is a huge thing, because these medical alert systems are mainly for the loved ones as opposed to the people using it. It's the loved ones that want to feel comfortable that when their parents or grandparents are away or not with them, that everything is okay. When they can't get a hold of them, they want to know where they are so that they can feel comfortable and go about their own lives.
Exactly. And some people who are, let's say, 80 or more, and you're trying to keep track of them, they're not really up to speed on texting or getting back and forth with a normal cell phone. This helps that. I get it. That's
correct. And this is the nice thing about this is it's a one-button operation. If you need help, all it is, push one button. Okay, so what people don't realize is that in the event of an emergency, you can't actually take your cell phone, open it up, or if it's a smartphone, clear everything and find the app where you can call for help. These mobile units are one-button operation. You need help, you just push the button.
Wow.
Okay, you're going to connect it to a monitoring center. They can patch in loved ones to you. They can dispatch help, and they will know exactly where you are, your exact GPS location. They're not going to guess at the location. They'll come up with the exact number and street.
Wow. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, let's do this, Ronnie. We're going to go into a commercial break, but before we do, please give everybody contact information for your company.
Okay, well, the phone number here is 877-639-2929. If they ever want to reach me, my extension is 113. The website is that we have two different websites, www.medipendant.com. That's medipendant.com, and also iHelpalarm.com.
All right, and the symbol MDHI, right?
That is correct.
All right, we'll be right back on the other side of this break with Ronnie Adams, CEO, President. When we come back, we're going to talk about the past, the present, and the future of the medical alarm concepts. We'll be right back.
This is Dr. James, CEO and founder of Diamond Physicians, a direct medicine practice that combines exemplary customer service, state-of-the-art medical technology, compassionate physicians, and 24-hour medical access to revitalize healthcare delivery in America. Diamond is searching for investors to join the solution for rising healthcare costs. We have reached a paradigm shift in the healthcare market. Now is the time to invest in Diamond, a brand that has gained national attention by delivering affordable concierge medicine. Visit diamondphysicians.com/franchise to learn more about franchise opportunities.
Me? I started smoking when I was 13. I always thought when the time came, I could quit. No problem. Then at 28, I tried to go cold turkey, and I found out how hard it really was. I made it all day without a smoke. Right until I met up with the guys. But I learned something that night. In fact, every time I tried to quit, there were more than a few, I learned a little more about what worked and what didn't work for me. And when I realized that I wasn't alone, that most people don't quit on their first or second attempt, I knew there was still hope. Today, I'm an ex-smoker. My only advice is to never, ever give up trying to quit.
If you're trying to quit smoking, the American Lung Association is here to help every step of the way. Visit quitterinyou.org for tools, tips, and stories from smokers we've helped to finally quit for good. The American Lung Association. We support the quitter in you at quitterinyou.org.
Every day, millions of Americans are putting themselves at risk just by writing a check, using a credit card, or an ATM. We're talking identity theft. And that's why the National Foundation for Credit Counseling has compiled a list of tips to help reduce the risk of having your personal information stolen. Never give out personal or account information when responding to a phone or email inquiry unless you initiated the transaction. Open your credit card and other bills promptly and reconcile your receipts and accounts. Just because your credit card is in your wallet, it doesn't mean you're not at risk. Skimming or stealing credit and debit card numbers is a huge part of identity theft. If you've been a victim or think your personal information has been compromised, you need to act immediately. The identity theft recovery process can be long and daunting, but you don't have to do it alone. Contact a certified counselor at the National Foundation for Credit Counseling at 1-800-388-2227, who can guide you every step of the way. This has been a public service message from the NFCC.
Today, nearly half our nation's fighting forces are members of the Guard and Reserve. When they are called to active duty, they leave behind a family, a community, and a job. Employer support of the Guard and Reserve, a Department of Defense agency, honors and protects the bond between service members and their civilian employers. Whether serving our country or supporting those who do, we all serve. To learn more about ESGR, call 1-800-336-4590 or visit esgr.mil.
BTJ Consulting was founded specifically to consult with accredited investors on how best to manage their oil and gas investments. The emphasis is not only on direct participation in drilling projects, but includes opportunities in the purchasing of oil rigs, service and equipment companies, real estate and/or the purchase of royalty interest through lease pooling. This strategy further mitigates risk and spreads their clients' investments over the entire sector whenever possible. For more information, call 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com, 469-518-5008, or info@btjconsulting.com. That's 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. And tell them Yorba sent you.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios, worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show with Ronnie Adams, CEO, President, Medical Alarm Concepts Holding, symbol MDHI. And we have iHelpAM.com and medipendent.com for the web addresses. All right, you've really taken a real proactive step in seeing the future, visionary of how to really get past some of these problems that people are existing with this medical alarm system. Can you give us the concept, Ronnie, of the past, the present, where we're going to go with this industry sector?
Okay, well, in being pioneers in the medical alert business, we're now looking forward to creating new paths in our industry. The MPERS, or a mobile PERS space, is growing now. Mm-hmm. We feel we are introducing a product that's simple and yet cost-effective for its intended purposes. Within the next 2 months, we'll also be beta testing a new product that will be Bluetooth-enabled and that will enable us to track, at a minimum, basic data of people's vital signs, including pulse, blood pressure, weight, etc., and then be in a position to report this data to relevant people, such as loved ones or even medical professionals. This data may end up going directly to health professionals to better monitor the health of those in need. We're not real sure yet, but it's evolving.
This sounds to me like a global application. Do you have plans on, because obviously you're domestic now, but are you planning on moving outside the borders of the United States with this?
Well, these are definitely exciting times, and we plan on being part of the solution to enable people to live longer, healthier, and more productive lives. Okay?
Right.
We basically feel that healthcare needs a better solution, one that will help keep costs from spiraling even more out of control than it is now. And with a smaller population getting ready to support the health care of a growing elderly population, we will be part of the change in health that will undoubtedly be part of our future. Now, we do have some international presence that we are working on right now. Mm-hmm. We are in negotiations with a potential international partner to provide an innovative PERS program overseas. We're very excited by this opportunity. We've been in discussions with them for the last approximately 3 months and should know, hopefully this week, going forward. It's a very aggressive program. I just don't want to...
don't say anything you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Right, but wow.
So we're very excited about that. There's other things going on also that, if you don't mind, I'd love to, talk about.
Yeah. Bring it out.
Where we've come from and where we're going on this. So when we started in 2008, we were financed with a considerable amount of toxic convertible debt. This type of financing, along with several other issues, prevented us from realizing the robust growth rate that we had expected for the first few years of operation. Since then, considerable time, management time, and investor money has been utilized to turn our operation around. Seeing that we could create a profitable operation, we began to plan for the future. We rid ourselves of the convertible debt that was outstanding, and within the past 12 months have made a total of 16 Securities and Exchange Commission filings. We are now current with our filings and a fully reporting publicly traded OTC company. And now we've also begun our search to acquire synergistic companies in an effort to expand our business in other areas of the healthcare-related industry. We believe that by adding company acquisitions to our business plan in 2015, it will help us with our strategy to build a strong company with long-term goals and enable us to increase our market share in what is really a vastly growing market. Now, about a year ago, Medical Alarm Concepts signed a 3-year contract with APS Healthcare to provide PERS service to a pilot program. It's Medicare and Medi-Cal beneficiaries under the LA Care Health Plan. LA Care Health, is the nation's largest publicly operated health plan. It's a pilot program that we've been invited to participate in, and we were honored to be chosen. And we anticipate that this will be the first of other what are now known as ACOs, which are accountable care organizations, to provide better care and service to the elderly while reducing unnecessary and expensive emergency care services. Just recently, we found out that our an application that we had submitted to the Veterans Administration is now under review, and it looks like it's going to be approved within the next 30 to 60 days. That will enable Medical Alarm Concepts to provide PERS units for hospitals under the Veterans Administration supervision.
Wow, I was just going to go there with the hospitals.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a huge thing for us. I guess that's about it.
You've got a huge commitment to the shareholders with all of the work to get this company that you came into and then turned it around, get it straightened out. You lost all the customers, you brought them all back, and now you're taking them into the 22nd century with these products that you're bringing out. Amazing stuff. Wow. Hey, so how can somebody get a demo on this, or how do they get their hands on the product and try it out and test it? How does that work?
Well, I mean, the people that need it, all they need to do is just go to our website, and they can purchase either through one of our dealers. That's probably the best way to do it. But if they want to just go to our websites, they can look at the products, and it's really, even the websites are really very modern, very up to date.
One more time with the web addresses for everybody.
Yeah, that's medipendent.com and also iHelpAlarm.com.
Wow. Okay, medipendent.com and iHelpAlarm.com, right?
Correct.
All right, that sounds good. And the symbol?
MDHI.
All right. Are you going to be at any trade shows or anything of that nature where you can go out and people can come up and touch and feel and hold this thing?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't, we're just really introducing the product. We're actually introducing it through monitoring centers right now, as opposed to being at a trade show. But we're not leaving out the option of being part of a trade show. There's one coming up in April in Las Vegas that we still have to decide on. But we feel like the launch of the product is going to be successful even without being at the trade show. And so we're not sure yet if we're going to be there.
Well, I mean, you just mentioned some huge Goliaths in the industry sector that we're talking about. You mentioned the VA. You've got a large, aggressive international potential partner that is going to help you on a global scale with this.
Right.
I mean, that is commendable for you and your team for all the effort that you've taken, because you said you had toxic debt, you got rid of it, you straightened out all the back end with the Securities Exchange Commission, and now the commitment that you've made to the shareholders is to be commended on you. I want to really thank you for what a great. I mean, you're the epitome of what everybody tries to be with being an American entrepreneur. Thank you.
We feel real good about where we've been, where we've come from, where we've been, and we feel very committed that this project and this company is going to be extremely successful. We have made a commitment to our shareholders that we could and would enhance the value of the stock. We feel that by implementing our business plan, of which is well on its way, we would show the marketplace that Medical Alarm Concepts is a company of integrity, commitment, and growth, and that the per share price will ultimately be a true reflection of that.
Yeah.
And we feel just on basic fundamentals, the per share price should be at least. I mean, I'm not. This is unofficial, but I'm going to say it should be at least $1. Okay, especially from where it is right now. And going forward, what we're going to do is a better job in communicating with the investment community, just as we're doing right now, and show them the underlying value of Medical Alarm Concepts.
When you put these other pieces in place, I think that's just going to be a piece of dust in the rear view mirror.
I agree. I just don't want to be too overboard.
No, you can't. You can't. All right, we've got to go for now. I want to thank you so much, Ronnie, for coming on to the show. One last time, contact information for everybody.
The websites are the best way to reach us, www.medipendent.com or ihelpalarm.com. If you want to reach out to the company, it's 877-639-2929. My extension is 113. And, Michael, I appreciate you having us on today.
Thanks. My pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. Ronnie Adams, Medical Alarms Concepts, MDHI. On the other side of this break, we're going to come back with Keith Blakely, and he is the CEO of Encore Golf, new breakthrough technology if you are a golfer or ever think about being one. We'll be right back.